what's goody, what's goody, YouTube? What's goody, what's goody, what's goody, YouTube? I'm big. I'm probably gonna be doing a voiceover here and there, so I'm just starting off with the intro. But today you can tell from the title we're doing French tips. Now, usually when I do nails, I do not talk through my videos because I'm still learning and I'm not a pro. I haven't went to cosmetology school to get my license yet, so there's certain stuff that I just know from YouTube and from just practicing and realizing like what to do and stuff like that. But today I'm going to be doing French tips. I had got a requested from somebody from Instagram to do a French tip video. Now I'm not really good at doing French tips. I'm still learning, but I'm just gonna show y'all how I do French tips personally, and I'm probably just gonna do a voiceover here and there to let you guys know like any stuff that you would do when doing French tips and stuff. So I'm just gonna be doing the classic French tips. So that's just white and this color Cover Nude blush by Mia Secret. Usually I would use Glam and Glitz white, but I think that is a milky white, so I'm just gonna be using Beauty Secrets bright white. This is the only white I have. Off, you just take like a small bead and you just try to cover. Video, I'm just gonna be doing voiceovers here and there. I can't even talk because it's really hard for me to like explain while trying to record this at the same time. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to try to record, but I try to put my camera as close as I can. Okay, so usually when you're doing French tips, and if you guys do wanted a video on how I shape my tips and like do the whole prepping process, you guys can let me know in the comments. But I would say this one is a medium-sized bead, and you can't really see me draining the rest of the liquid out. But usually I would take like a good medium-sized bead, and I will start right here in the middle. Now usually the mistakes that I did before when doing French tips is that I always put the bead like this going upward. Now when you're doing it, you're supposed to be putting your bead like this. Now I'm just gonna try to sculpt it out before it dries. So I'm just leaving this in real time to have y'all see how I just do it and not speed up the process, but you're just gonna try to play around with it to get like the smiley perfect on how you want it. And usually I think these are called like a deep French tip, so I try to flatten it as low as I can and just like use my brush and like do it in like a circular motion to create the smiley and stuff until I like it. And I try to bring it down to make the smiley more defined and pointier, if that makes sense. I never gotten a perfect like bead set down just like this, but when you're doing French tips, you really do want to take your time. Don't try to rush it, and just try to play around with it here and there to try to see how you want it. And usually I try to like flatten it out, so I just keep pressing it down when I'm doing it. And then I'm gonna take my second bead and I'm just going to place it above where I put my first bead at and try to blend that down and gently blend it. Don't try to like add too much force to it when blending it down. And then you're gonna take your third bead and you're gonna place it as close as you can to the cuticle and then try to push it all the way up. Now usually here is like really hard when I'm doing it on my clients. I usually struggle trying to like not get it too much. Like usually you would try to like drain it out a little bit so it doesn't run into your cuticles. But when taking that bead, you just try to like take as much liquid as you can out of it, not too much, and then try to keep the hand downward when placing the bead, and then try to like gently push it up. As you can tell, usually like right around here is not too perfect, but the French tip part is all put together. And now I'm going to try to do the second finger, and I'm just gonna have you guys watch this and I might talk through it. Okay, so usually when I do French tips, they usually don't look as perfect when I'm doing the application part, but it gets better when I file them. I just zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see how I do it. Now, when you're doing your application process, make sure that you look at the nail from each side when doing it to make sure that it's not either running or you're getting it all over. So I just wanted to say in this part that it takes practice to be able to achieve a perfect French tip. It took me a long time to know how to do French tips without actually like cutting it or like probably just doing other styles of French tip. I used to draw on the tip, but lately I do want to know how to achieve a perfect French tip. So honestly, this takes just practice to get a good French tip or a perfect French tip and stuff. So if you're struggling and everything, don't worry, because I was there at a time and I still am struggling, but you will get there. So basically, all my French tips looks different, but that's okay because usually when I go in and file it, it looks much better. But usually when you're doing this smiling, you don't really have to worry about building your apex when you're doing it. You can take the clear and you build the apex after filing everything. done all the French tips, the smiliest part, you wait till it dries, and then after you take your file and you file around the sides, and when they're dry, I'll come back and then I'm going to file them, and then I'm just going to do a voiceover for the rest of the video. Okay, so this part is just speed up just because I don't want the video to be too long, but this part I'm just applying the white at the end and around the smiley line. So you're just gonna put the white where the tip is at and around the smiley line, and then after you're just going to probably put a little bit of white on top of it just for after when you blend it looks smooth at the end. Okay, I hope you guys can see I have filed and shaped them. This is the result of them. So after, I'm just gonna spray this with alcohol. and look how pretty that comes out. These were alcohol. Wipe them down. And use my top coat. So I'm gonna be using D&D top coat. I was using Beetles before, but I don't like their top coat personally, because I feel like it gets air bubbles every time I apply it. But I'm just gonna take the pad and just clean it up as good as I can. Okay, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I didn't get no pictures of the final results, but I just put the matte coat instead of the glossy top coat. So this is the picture that I have of the nails after I filed and shaped them and stuff. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.